Rob Hirst was an Australian music icon whose pounding drum style and fearless songwriting helped shape one of the most politically influential rock bands of all time, Midnight Oil. As of his passing in January 2026, Hirst's estimated lifetime net worth stood between $7 million, derived from decades of album sales, global touring, songwriting royalties, publishing income, and side projects. While he never lived a flashy celebrity lifestyle, his wealth reflected a career built on artistic integrity, cultural impact, and long-term relevance rather than commercial excess. Early life. Robert George Hirst was born on September 3, 1955, in Camden, New South Wales, Australia. He was raised in a modest household and spent much of his childhood in Sydney's western suburbs before his family relocated to the northern beaches. Music became a central outlet for Hirst early on, especially after he survived a serious health scare at age 12 involving surgery to remove a tumor from his leg. The experience instilled resilience and focus that later defined his career. Hirst gravitated toward rhythm instinctively, teaching himself drums and immersing himself in rock, blues, and punk influences. He attended local schools in Sydney, where he met lifelong friend Jim Mogany. Together, they formed the early musical partnerships that would eventually evolve into Midnight Oil. Unlike many peers, Hirst did not pursue a traditional academic path, choosing instead to develop his craft through live performance, rehearsal, and relentless touring. Personal life. Rob Hirst was intensely private but deeply family-oriented. Marriage, new wife, and children. Hirst was married for many years to Lesley Holland, with whom he had 2 daughters, Alexandra, Lex, and Gabriella. Later in life, he reunited with a 3rd daughter, Jay O'Shea, whom he had placed for adoption as a teenager. Their emotional reunion became one of the most meaningful chapters of his life, and they later collaborated musically. As of his final years, Hirst was in a committed relationship often referred to publicly as his new wife/partner, though he deliberately kept details out of the media spotlight. His focus remained on family, health, and music rather than public attention. Religion and beliefs. Hirst did not publicly align himself with organized religion. Instead, his beliefs centered on environmentalism, indigenous rights, social justice, and personal responsibility. These values strongly informed both his music and his personal decisions, including advocacy for voluntary assisted dying during his illness. Other works and interests. Beyond music, Hirst was an accomplished author and columnist. He wrote Willie's Bar and Grill, a memoir capturing Midnight Oil's post-9/11 American tour. He was also an avid ocean swimmer and environmental advocate, often describing the sea as essential to his mental and physical well-being. Professional career. Rob Hirst co-founded Midnight Oil in 1972, long before the band became a global phenomenon. Originally performing under early names such as Farm, the group officially became Midnight Oil in 1976. With Peter Garrett on vocals, the band gained a reputation for explosive live performances and unapologetically political lyrics. Hirst was not just the drummer. He was a principal songwriter, backing vocalist, and strategic force within the band. His drumming style was muscular, complex, and relentless, giving Midnight Oil its signature urgency. Albums such as 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Diesel and Dust, and Blue Sky Mining cemented the band's international success, with songs like Beds Are Burning becoming global anthems for indigenous land rights. Outside Midnight Oil, Hirst remained creatively restless. He played in multiple bands including Ghostwriters, Backsliders, The Break, and Hirst and Green, exploring blues, surf rock, and experimental sounds well into his 60s. House tour and car collection. Rob Hirst lived a deliberately understated life. He owned residential property in Australia, primarily near coastal areas, but there is no public record of luxury mansions or extravagant real estate holdings. Similarly, he was not known for collecting high-end cars. His lifestyle reflected his values, practical, environmentally conscious, and focused on experiences rather than possessions. College career. Hirst did not attend college or university in the traditional sense. His education came from the road. decades of touring, collaboration with some of Australia's finest musicians, and immersion in global music cultures. This real-world experience became the foundation of his technical mastery and songwriting depth. Cause of death. Rob Hirst passed away in January 2026, aged 70, following a prolonged battle with pancreatic cancer, first diagnosed in 2023. Despite aggressive treatment, the disease ultimately forced him to retire from drumming. He died peacefully, surrounded by family. His death marked the end of an era in Australian music, prompting tributes worldwide. Rob Hirst was more than a drummer. He was a cultural force, a storyteller, and a conscience behind the noise. His legacy lives on through music that continues to challenge power, inspire activism, and move audiences across generations.